Okay, we've got some juices today from Aqua Vaopr. First juice is going to be, I don't know, can you see that? DK4, which is RY4, from Aqua Vaopr, and it's supposed to be a little bit nutty, a little bit tobacco-y. It's okay. It's not a preferred taste. It tastes just like all their juices taste like for their tobaccos. The Cubano, the Cuban Select, uh, the RY4. They all got that funny little taste to it that gives it a flavor, but sometimes it's overwhelming. On this one, it's acceptable. I mean, I could vape this. It's not a bad juice, but it's not a good juice like the watermelon or the chocolate, the banana that I use as an all-day vape a lot of the time. It's just acceptable. It's something that you can vape, but it must be to each their own. If you like the taste of Aqua Vapor's cigarette tasting juices, you might enjoy this one. It's a little light on flavor, not as heavy as the Cubano or the Cuban Select, or I'm trying to remember the other cigarette juices I have from them. But let's do one more. Putting out okay vapor, so I would give that a 7, 6.57. Okay, let's strip down this tank and go to our next juice, which I have not tried. I've been vaping the RY4 since yesterday. That one I've gotten used to, and as I said, it's got a unique taste to it. Maybe it's a little nutty, but I taste more like that Cubano taste. This one's root beer. I got it on an EVOD with a standard coil that came with it. I think that's about a 2.4 ohm. And we're going to crank it up because these EVODs just don't perform that well to me. They're not like the Pro Tank. But I didn't want to have to wash the Pro Tank out and do one video for each juice. I wanted to get like 4 of them out at a time. I got the 20-pack sampler from Aqua Vaopr, and the kiwi was just awful. Kiwi was all chemicals, tasted nothing like kiwi, and I was very, very upset. I may even throw that one out. But anyway, we're trying root beer right now with the Neva coil at 4.6 volts on an EVOD. Root beer. They got this one right. Very good. Ooh, root beer, new favorite. One of them. Root beer's right up there with banana. Oh, yum. And this coil was just cleaned. It was washed out last night. Sat in front of my fan overnight to dry. So, let's give a couple of drags and see if we get this thing going good. Couple dry hits, get that juice in there. That's a nice vape. Root beer by Aqua Vaopr. Thumbs up. 8.59, 9.5, 8.5 to 9.5. Getting a good throat hit off that, I think you call it, when I get that tobacco taste in my mouth. It's bitter. Um, and that's because I pick 0.24 or 2.4 nicotine. I'm up there on the nicotine level. I like to get that head rush. I like to just take a couple of good drags and feel like I got a good cigarette buzz. Don't always get it, but sometimes I do in the morning when I just wake up. It's hard to vape when you first wake up. I have to have my coffee and settle into it, and then I can vape. I watch my videos, my YouTube videos, Grim Green, Drew's Vapor, Indoor Smokers, Pete Basardo. And I've been watching this kid, Mad Vapes. He's kind of funny. I don't know if I'm really gonna get into him. It's hard for me to get into the youth telling me advice, but I put up with Grim Green. He kind of annoys me sometimes. He belches constantly. It's just disgusting. But he puts out a lot of good information, so it's tolerable. Alright, one more drag off this root beer, and I am going to put that in my tank, my pro tank. As soon as we get done with this, I'm dumping this juice back into the RY4, and I am having some root beer. I'm glad I got the 20 pack, because now I know root beer is good. Really enjoyed that root beer. That was just wonderful. Okay, root beer goes on the side, and what's our next juice? Dr. Pepper. Also on an EVOD with clean coil, 2.4, 4.6 volts on a Ego Twist copy from Fast Tech. $12. Get 8 hours use out of it. Great deal. Fast Tech also has the EVOD tanks right now for about $3.50, I think they're selling them for. So run on out there, pay the dollar shipping, and get yourself an EVOD tank if you want a backup tank. It doesn't give as good hits as the Pro tank, but it's also a third of the price or a fifth of the price. You could buy 5 EVOD tanks for the price of 1 Pro tank. And they also got the X9s on Fast Tech, which is the Pro tank copies. I think it's the X9. They've also got the mini Pro tank copies. They're kind of spendy. Some of them come with the Fox finish box, but I'm probably going to pick up a mini Pro tank copy because everybody's out, or their Fast Tech is out of the regular Pro tanks and the mini Pro tank. They don't have any of them in stock, so all that's left is copycats. Alright, this is Dr. Pepper from Aqua Vaopr. Totally burnt. Let's drop it down to 4. Nah. Burnt taste. Very light on flavor. Not happy with it. It's vapable. It tastes like nothing. It tastes like the coil. Light Dr. Pepper taste, 7.5, 8. I mean, it's vapable vape, but it's not coming through like that root beer. If you like root beer, try root beer from Aqua Vaopr. It's definitely worth it. Okay, we got camera problems.